All people should be entitled to free healthcare. Access to free healthcare would allow for longer and more fulfilling lives. Free healthcare would lower the risk of premature deaths, lower the likelihood of large debt, bankruptcy, and out-of-pocket spending for citizens. Healthcare is a need for all people, but is very inaccessible for the greater population of the world. Providing universal and free healthcare systems, financed through higher income taxes, will allow people to live longer, healthier lives without facing financial hardships. In addition, an article published on November 19th, 2020, titled Medicare for All, states a Gallup study surveyed in 2019 found the Americans had borrowed $88 billion over the previous year to pay for healthcare bills. And 1 in 4 said they had skipped medical treatments because of concerns about the cost. This is just one of the many examples of people who are not able to afford healthcare sharing their stories. Not having access to free healthcare has ultimately increased the mortality rate. Not having free healthcare equals a higher risk of death. An article published by CQ Researcher, written by Kay Young, titled Healthcare Debates, states, experts maintain the United States is not seeing an adequate return on its healthcare investment. The life expectancy in the United States is 78 years old, which ranks the country as 35th in the world. The United States is not maintaining a positive accrual investment as healthcare expenses are through the roof and life expectancy is very poor. An article published by CQ Researcher, written by R. Kareem, titled Medical Debate in America, states, many individuals in the United States, particularly the unemployed, cannot afford healthcare insurance and are unable to pay their medical bills. If they become seriously ill or require hospitalization or any other expensive treatment, insurance is nearly unachievable. Out-of-pocket payment for healthcare can create large amounts of debt, and having the money for insurance is also impossible for most. An article published by CQ Researcher by R. Kareem, titled Medical Debate in America, also states medical costs contributed to about 67% of U.S. bankruptcies in recent years, according to a study led by David Himmelstein, founder of Physicians for a National Health Program. Acquiring medical care is extremely difficult in the United States, as the cost for health insurance or paying out of pocket is extremely high and nearly impossible for the average American. An article published by CQ Researcher, written by Kay Young, titled Healthcare Debates, also states out-of-pocket spending rose 67% from $4,617 to $7,718 between 2008 and 2018. Healthcare expenses led major debt. Americans are obtaining large amounts of debt that will be near impossible to pay off in their lifetime just to receive health attention insurance that they need. An article also published by CQ Researcher, written by R. Kareem, titled Medical Debates in America, states 63% of those with medical debt in the last 5 years caused them to spend less on basic needs such as food and clothing. Nearly half said they used up most or all of their savings for paying medical bills. 17% said they had declared bankruptcy or lost their home due to medical debt. Health expenses are near impossible to pay for, causing people to be left in debt, while at the same time people still need to pay their bills for other basic human needs. An article by CQ Researcher, written by R. Kareem, titled Medical Debates in America, states once again, Americans have $140 billion in medical debt that has been referred to collections agencies according to the 2021 Economic Journal and the Study of American Medical Association, which makes it the largest share in overall debt and collections. Above all, by raising the income tax, it is possible many lives can be saved. Enabling free healthcare for all will lower mortality rate. Free healthcare will also allow people to not have to worry about costs of healthcare or out-of-pocket transactions. This will create less stress for individuals who struggle to make large or sudden payments. Data will show that less people will need to file for bankruptcy and will be able to continue to preserve their savings. People will also be able to more evenly distribute their income to basic needs such as food and clothing. Importantly, the U.S. will see an adequate return on investment for their healthcare systems, and the average lifespan will rise. If this solution is not realized, the U.S. will continue to struggle in debt, and it is likely that people will continue to die due to healthcare not being readily available for them. Finally, out-of-pocket spending will decrease if Americans transfer over to free healthcare systems. This ultimately saves millions of dollars a year for citizens. Healthcare is a basic need that all people should be entitled to. Enabling free healthcare that's supported through a higher income tax will ultimately lead to longer lives, less hardships and debt, and a more economical return. Healthcare is a basic need that all people are entitled to. Everybody should be able to pursue life equally and escape suffering and potentially death.